At some point in the last year, you probably got a DocuSign request. You opened it, signed it in about 45 seconds, and moved on. That experience, that fast, frictionless experience, is what your clients should be feeling when you send them something to sign. If they're still printing, signing, scanning, and emailing all over a signature, your business needs to do better. And it can with signNow, a dedicated e-signature platform built around one job: getting documents signed legally, quickly, and effortlessly. This tutorial covers everything you need to get up and running: pricing, sending your first document, setting up templates, managing your document library, and understanding the audit trail that makes signatures binding. By the end, you'll have a complete workflow that runs in your browser and requires nothing from whoever you're sending it to. Now, before we get into it, since this video was sponsored by signNow, the link in the description gets you a 7-day free trial with full enterprise access. No credit card required, so you can follow along with everything in today's video. Let's get started by talking about everyone's favorite thing: money. Chapter 1: Plans, Pricing, and Getting Started. signNow has 3 paid plans: Business, Business Premium, and Enterprise. All these plans include unlimited users, so you can add team members without worrying about costs spiking. Let's start with the entry-level plan: Business. Business costs $20 per month and $8 with an annual subscription. This plan gets you started. You can send documents for legally binding e-signatures, use customizable pre-filled text fields, create unlimited templates for personal use, access a comprehensive library of pre-made documents, and enjoy unlimited cloud document storage. The biggest drawback of the business plan is that you can only send 100 signature invites per user per year. For most small businesses, that will be plenty, but it's worth keeping in mind. Also, it's at a hard cap. You can switch to a pay-as-you-go model. More on this shortly. The next tier is Business Premium at $30 per month, $15 per month if billed annually. This is where you move beyond the basics. Along with everything covered in the business plan, you also get bulk sending, automatic reminders, quick invite links that anyone can use and share publicly, payment requests, and the ability to build templates with your team members. For Business Premium, the 100 invite cap still applies. Now, the top tier is Enterprise at $50 per month and $30 with an annual subscription. Enterprise adds enhanced identity verification features, allows signers to upload additional files, and enables sending signature requests via text messages. There's also the site license option, which completely flips the model. Instead of per user subscriptions, you pay per signature invite, starting at $1.50 per. You also get the ability to save through volume discounts, integrate with popular CRMs like Salesforce, log in securely with single sign-on, meet advanced compliance standards, and access phone support. Getting started is simple. Click the link in the description, sign up with Google, and you're in. You'll land on a dashboard. It's minimalist and straightforward. Almost everything happens in the left sidebar, where you'll create new documents, view your active documents, manage your templates, view reports, and deal with contacts. Expanding the view also lets you see archived or trashed messages. Beneath that, you'll also see a section to store documents and templates for your team to access. Now, look in the top right. There are a few icons here too. The puzzle piece is where you will add, manage, and delete third-party integrations. The bell icon is where you will see notifications. The question mark lets you access the help center, and the profile icon lets you view your accounts. There's one last thing I want to cover before we get started. Look in the bottom left and click on Admin Settings. This is where you can manage everything related to your workspace. Click on Branding and Customization. Here, you can create a theme that applies your brand's colors, logo, and information. In short, you can personalize the email templates you use with signNow. I'll click Create New Theme. Now, luckily for me, signNow's color scheme is identical to mine. So all I'll do here is click Add Logo and drag and drop the file into place. Much better already. Of course, I don't want to do more than just change the logo. Make sure the colors match perfectly, write my own custom messages, add a footer message, etc. For now, however, I'll simply rename my theme by clicking the new theme in the top left, changing it to GV Marketing, then clicking Save and Set as default in the bottom right. Let's exit the admin settings. Now, let's see how signNow actually works by creating your first document and preparing it for sending. Chapter 2. Creating and sending your first document. Building templates from scratch can take time, but if you send out documents all the time, service agreements, onboarding packets, vendor contracts, W-9 requests, you can build them once and reuse them indefinitely. It's worth it. To create a template, go to My Templates and click Create Template. You have two options to get started. Upload a document you already have, or pull one from DocuSign. I'll grab a standard business service agreement that I've already prepared for this video. Now, all that's left to do is add recipients. So I'll add myself to make sure everything works out as intended. I'll enter my email address under recipient 1 and keep myself set to signer. This can be changed at any time, by the way. Simply add new recipients to the list. For now, I'll click Save and Continue. Now, this is where we start using signNow's drag and drop editor to enter custom fields. For this simple example, I need the client to sign and date the document twice. To do that, I'll grab the signature field and place it over the first line. I'll do the same where it says name at the bottom, since I'll need a signature there too. Look to the right while the signature box is selected. You can change the signature types you allow, and I recommend going with typed signature only. Making a change here will automatically apply it to the other signature field. Now I'll drag the date and time field into the two relevant slots. Here you can switch between US and EU formats and choose whether you want it written May 27, 2026 or abbreviated 5/27/2026. I'll keep the default format. All the recipients need to do is click the date box to have it filled in automatically. Click Continue in the top right to save the document. Now, all that's left to do is configure the sending settings. Look to the left of the recipient email address. Here, you can toggle between email and SMS messaging. I'll stay on email, and since this email is only going to one recipient, all I'll do here is click Customize Message. I'll make it so the subject line says Signature Requests from George Vlasiev. I'll keep the message as is. Moving down, you'll see that the branding theme is set to GV Marketing. Now, beneath that, I'll click on Auto Reminders and set the first reminder to be sent after 7 days. I'll also check the box next to Repeat Reminders every and also set it to 7 days. Since the payment is due 30 days after receipt, the client will receive 4 reminders. Hit Apply in the bottom right. Moments of truth. Click Send Invite. It'll take a few seconds, but there we go. Now I'll head over to my inbox, and there it is. Signature request from George Vlasiev. I'll open the email and click View Document. It's telling me I need to fill out this form in 4 places. It also includes the email address the request originated from. I'll keep the language set to English and click Get Started. All I have to do is click the signature and date fields. Of course, it looks a bit silly that I'm signing an agreement with myself, but it worked right. Now, I'll click Finish. That's all there is to it. If I head back to my inbox, I'll see that I received a copy of the signed file from my records as the client, and if I go back to Sign Now, I'll see the document has been signed. One thing left to do. Use the document again. I'll open My Templates in the left sidebar and click Invite to Sign. Now I can select either Single Invite or Bulk Invite. Just to show you how it works, I'll click Bulk Invite. This window should look familiar. Simply add recipient email addresses one at a time or upload a CSV, then click Send Invite. That's all there is to it. Everything else in the platform is built around making that workflow faster or handling a bit more complexity. Speaking of, there's one thing worth doing first, and it pays off every time you use signNow going forward. Chapter 3. Connecting signNow to Claude. signNow connects directly to Claude, so you can manage your entire signing workflow right from a conversation. Prepare a document, pre-fill fields, send it for signature, check what's pending, download the completed copy. All through natural language without opening signNow directly. Let's see how it's done. Open the Claude desktop app and click Customize in the top left corner. On the screen, click Connectors in the left sidebar. Then hit the plus icon right here, select Browse Connectors, and type signNow into the box. Click the plus icon when it pops up. You'll be redirected to a browser tab where you will need to give signNow permission to interface with Claude. Do it. You'll get redirected back to the Claude desktop app. That's all there is to it. The connector is live and you can go to Customize, Connectors, signNow at any point to review permissions or disconnect. For now, I'll open the signNow connector and change needs approval to always allow. That way, you don't have to manually grant permissions each time you want something done. Let's head back to Claude and try to create a document. Now, I cheated a little bit. I have a pre-made document I can use. Don't worry, you'll see how easy it is to make documents in the next chapter. Here's what I'll tell Claude in a new chat. Using signNow, send the template version of the GV Marketing Services Agreement to hello@velocity.com. Make sure that the signature and date fields are cleared before doing so. After Claude fetches the data, I'll receive a message confirming the request details and asking whether I want to make any changes to the subject line or message sent to the recipient. I'll respond, yes. Use the role name recipient1, number the default subject, message setup works. In a few seconds, Claude will confirm that the message was sent, so let's make sure. I'll open my inbox, open the email, and go to the link. There we go. All that's left to do is fill out my information and click finish. Let's double check that the document was signed back in Claude. I'll query, did the recipient sign my latest request? It'll take Claude a few seconds, but in no time, we'll learn that the document has been signed. Before moving on to the next chapter, here's a quick note about ChatGPT. signNow also supports this integration, offering identical capabilities once connected. The setup process is more involved. You'll need to enable developer mode and create a custom app manually. So if you're already using both AI tools, Claude is the easier starting point. The link in the description has step-by-step instructions for both. Now that you know how to use AI to streamline your work even further, let's quickly take a look at what actually makes eSignatures legally enforceable. Chapter 4. The Audit Trail. Open any completed document, go to My Documents, Completed. To the far right of the signed document, click the three buttons and select History. Here you'll find a timestamped log of IP addresses and actions, when the document was created, when it was sent, when the recipient opened it, when each field was completed, and when the document was finalized. This matters if a signature is ever disputed. You're not going to get stuck playing he said, she said. You have a document chain of custody that proves who did what and when. signNow's Audit Trail is compliant with the ESIGN Act in the US and eIDAS in the EU, the two primary legal frameworks governing electronic signature validity. Even better, you don't have to lift a finger to generate it. It's built in automatically for every document on every plan, just in case. As we've seen, your signed documents don't disappear into an email thread. They live in signNow's document library, sortable, searchable, and organized whenever you need them. The 7-day trial with the full enterprise access is a great way to test signNow and make sure it's the right fit for your team. Build a couple of templates, send out a few documents, and get a feel for how it integrates with your workflow before you commit to a plan. By the way, how much time do you think you'll be able to save by going digital with signNow? Let me know in the comments. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.